Hello there, and welcome back to Monotonous Minecraft, episode 52! Do you know what that means? That means... 1 year! 1 year! Whoa, hey, woohoo! Since I've been doing one a week, 52 means this is the end of my first year of doing this series. Yay, me! And as a special treat for you... we are on a different world. Ooh, ah, oh. What's this world? This is actually the world I've been playing on my Vita. That I keep talking about, even though I keep telling myself I'm not going to keep talking about it. Let's take a look at the map, which apparently I haven't finished filling out yet. I thought I filled this all in. I mean, it's filled in on my Vita, of course. So yeah, there's a lot to look at. This is my central base there. It's unpeaceful. I don't want to deal with mobs right now as I'm wandering around, trying to remember where stuff is and what's going on. Difference here is in this one, that goes all the way down. We'll look at that later. So, yeah. In this house, you can tell, I've got different places going, different things. So let's just walk out and see what's what. Here is a chicken farm, chicken XP farm. I wonder if this chicken's alive. I've got a few portals around. Oh yeah. Hey chickens, how's it going? We got any babies up there ready to go? Oh, yep. So yeah, there's just here. Look at that. The tree farm look familiar? Oh, that doesn't look familiar at all. Oh wow, did I do that? Let's go up there. That might be more interesting. So some of these farms you've seen, some of them you haven't. But this was all done over, like I said, 4 years on the Vita. Here's my AFK fish spot. Here is a mushroom farm. See, I labeled all these. Isn't that nice? This is a failed attempt at playing around with the water mechanics. Wheat farm and infant water source. Why did I label this stuff? I really did. So here was my, what's the label say? It's my melon and pumpkin farm. It only has a few pumpkins. Some of these things are hilarious. So, yeah, let's head over here. This is a failed attempt at an automatic cocoa bean farm. Here's the landing platform. You can't even see for my mob farm. You can see it. It runs. It was running pretty good. Let's go up here. So this. So originally I had built this as a stairs wrapped around. And you can see it just feeds into a chest. Oh, which I've actually got emptied. But I labeled that, so now, man, it's all this storage here, because this is kind of a general storage location. But let's go up here and see. Yeah, that's right, no automatic water elevator here, you just go up and down. It's a lot quicker than the stairs. That took a long time to walk up those stairs. So what do I got up here? AFK fish farm. Well, of course, because I'm sitting there doing something, might as well get something done. And then I got a chest. Whoops, I want to go down to the next level. We saw a next level, let's go to the next level, because I think it's something that I've built out a couple of times that I was thinking about putting on this current one. Let's see what I'm talking about, walking around. Oh my god, look how deep this is. There's no quick way. Here, this is a quick way to do the stairs. You don't turn around, you just kind of face one direction and turn your joystick. Oh man, it is. So this is a bit of a redstone contraption I came up with to make this an XP farm. So all it does is, the drop here is it is a 1x1. Oh yeah, because I wasn't doing spiders. So it's a 1x1 for zombies, witches, and skeletons. And if I wanted to make an XP farm, I just close this up. Or, yeah, close that up. Open this up so I can smash things, get the XP. Otherwise, I can flip the switch and put it back. And I've got a more elaborate design I came up with that will work for the spiders and all this other stuff. And blah-de-blah-de-blah. Let's get back up here. But anyway, I thought it was kind of a cool thing. I forgot that I had built it here, which is kind of funny. Oh, this is harder to do. Oh, it's going to be nighttime soon. Let's get up here. So I need to go back up to get to my water elevator because... just because. How slow this is. Okay, let me hold them down. Oh, one thing you can see... Let me get past the clouds. You can kind of see through the water. Yeah. You see the torches everywhere? They're not everywhere exactly. You can see there's kind of a black spot there. That's because in this world I didn't start doing this until later on, as opposed to my current world where I'm doing it automatic, where I'm doing it right now as I play. This world you also see a lot more cobblestone filling in spaces. I will go ahead and put up the seed on this world if you want. Once again, if you want to play this world, I'm going to say this world a lot apparently, then it has to be, well, PS4, or I guess you could do PS3 or Vita. If you're doing it on PS4, it has to be the classic size, a small size world. So this was a mini village I built because this world didn't come with villagers. Can you imagine? Like, none of them. So my plan was, I thought maybe if I built a village it would spawn. They did not. What's up, Dinnerbone? So I built a little, 10 houses that used to be, I don't remember. That used to be the village size. I don't remember exactly. Here, there's something crazy up in the sky. Let's go look at that. Oh, no, let's go look at here first. And the reason we're going over here first is, where is it? Here it is. Man, you can see so much more on the PS4 than you can on the Vita. You see my castle in the background? So this was about my spawn, my original spawn point. And the funny thing here is these flowers, I don't think I've talked about it before. So for a while there was a bug where every time you spawned, if you had checked off bonus chest, it would put a new one out there. If you broke it and left everything gone. And I found out that if you put a flower where it would spawn in a slightly different location. So why all the flowers? Well, simple. This world didn't come with a lot of things. Because it didn't have a village, I didn't have carrots or potatoes. And I didn't know that zombies dropped some of those things sometimes. In fact, I think at the time they dropped... Were they still in feathers? When I started this world, it might have been feathers. But I never played with the mobs, so I didn't know. But by bouncing these around, I used to get tools I could use, or that's how I eventually got carrots and potatoes in my world. Just by kind of cheating the system that was already broken. What's this floating dirt? Random. You get bored. Look, it's a stealth bomber. So my spawn was over there, and this was a giant mountain. I barely remember this. That I kind of crawled over. And then this was a weird little valley. Like, this was surrounded by mountain all the way around. And so I just kind of chose a spot in the mountain to dig in and have my first house. And I eventually dug it out and opened it up into a cave. There's no way I can do an entire tour. This is going to be a part tour. Otherwise, it's going to be like a 3-hour-long video of me wandering around this world trying to remember stuff. And it's a small world, but there's so much because it's 4 hours. Here. Okay, this is a bridge to nowhere. Once again, I was bored, and it used to be a mountain. But let's get to the top and see the completely ridiculous thing I built to view from the bridge. Actually, I think I built a ridiculous thing. Did I build... I don't remember which one came first. You can almost see it. I'm sure some of you have already guessed what it is. There's no way I'll be able to do it perfectly, but I'm too close. Boom! You know, if that's not a thumbnail, I don't know what is. In fact, let's go ahead and turn off. No, I don't want to exit. There we go. Look at that butte. Did I just throw a tool? Probably. It's unfortunately I didn't make it like the Minecraft thing in the tutorial. I didn't flip it around. It only works from this side, and no doubt is a spawn farm because you can see the interior of the R and the B and the P, and underneath the H and in the E or H's. None of those have torches in them. They're just kind of around. But like I've said, you know, many a time, you get bored. Oh, that's right. I had nothing in my hands. So let's look at the map. Where are we going? Oh, let's go to this back corner. So if you look at the northwest, where you can see the jungles, that is the last quadrant of the world that's remains to be flattened. You know, I mentioned before I was working on it. Like every day I would play this game. I'd just pick up the Vita while my kids were watching TV or I was watching TV or whatever, and play. And that was, you know, I stopped about a year ago when I started this series. And I also mentioned I got just random chests full of junk everywhere. And I do. This is a treehouse built on a jungle tree that I just left. I killed all the branches. I don't like them. So now it's just a floating house. You can tell it's the jungle because look, there's a parrot and an ocelot. Man, it's so slow. Oh, there's another parrot. It scared the heck out of me. Okay. What? All right. Well, apparently we've got some floating XP. I killed something. When I first started this series, I was having problems uploading my file saves from the Vita. It just wouldn't take. I tried it again a month or two ago, and it just happened to work for some reason. I think this is the only like snowy biome around here. So this is any snow I've gotten has been from here. No, that's not true. There's another mob farm I'll show you up there that had some. All right, look at this very plain and boring lighthouse. There's one of these on each corner of the world. They're all identical, but they all face a different cardinal direction. You know, basic setup, you know, survival setup. Steps to the top. Boop, 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 boop. Little offset door. It's kind of weird. Mix match, you can see things around, and then, you know, netherrack, everlight. Man, you can see so much in this version. It's crazy. If you notice to both sides, I've got a track that... Oh, hey, turtles. Never been on this world before. There is a rail system that goes all the way around the Earth, the world, in addition to having spokes lead to the center. Now, did I leave a card over here? I did. So let's ride it to the next... So I'll get it right into the spokes. I built that well not knowing what a well was or how to do infinite water source. Mostly because as I flattened this, I still wanted access to some water. You can see a couple of little huts I like to build still. And here's, yeah, the leftover. Whoa, a lot of parrots there. And I'm only slightly nervous about jumping out of this cart because I would fall in, like I've mentioned before, in the Vita version, I would kind of like, sometimes, like here, it's happened several times, there's water underneath here. It'd pitch me underneath the land and I have to dig my way out. So I've got these portals on each one of these spokes as a quick way in. Oh, I don't have a cart here. And I know I broke some of the carts. I messed up the rail system. Whoops. It seems to work. Pretty sure that works a lot better on this version than it did on the Vita version too. We'll probably run into a cart. Oh, come on, I'm not even close enough. There we go. Alright. Can't break the edge of the world, kids. Hi, kitty. So there's no little thing. Here's the other mob farm I was talking about. Yep, even on the Vita version, the llamas would not, the leads would break when you went too far. Holy cow, there's so many passive mobs here. And like I said, same thing on every side. So let's go to this mob farm. Now this mob farm, if you look at it, I believe it's the same one I built essentially on the Monotonous Minecraft world. Why are there so many animals right here? Woof. So on this one, I'll go up here real quick. Working maybe I just, that one is a lot longer. I built this one poorly. Trust me on this. Okay. So yeah, same kind of thing. Falls here. This is a one hit, so I get, it's an XP farm. This is my ice farm. Yeah, look how small that is. Look at the one bone block in the wrong direction. And if I'm, yep, over here, this is my Phantom Hunter. So this version, the Vita version did get Phantoms before they stopped updating it. Oh, that's so slow. This was built into a mountain too. Like, a lot of these things, there's another mob farm in the other corner we'll see. Just got built, kind of starting on top of mountains because it was easier. Like, I don't have to build as much stuff up. Let's go ahead and run this way because there's some interesting things I want to see along the way. Here is the first interesting thing to see. This, as you might be able to tell, was built from a dungeon, or from a spawn thingy, spawning roomy, not a dungeon. I actually lost the dungeon in this world. I found it in two ways and I can't remember where it is. I've let it lost for like 2 or 3 years now. It's quite embarrassing. So I believe I've mentioned how I used to break all the spawners as soon as I found them. But if you look at this, where are we right now? Level 64, which is the level I'm flattening Monotonous Minecraft to. Remember I said before, this is 65, this is sea level. So you can find spawners one level below sea level. What a crazy, crazy game. And you talk about being bored. Hey, look at that notch all the way through. Let's see, if we cut through... Yeah, let's cut through here. Which is why you can kind of see this notch on the map and also see how this quadrant's broken up into 4 different parts that have been taken up. So the building we're approaching is a nice high-rise that was, once again, carved out of a mountain in the middle of the jungle. Like all this stuff was in the middle of the jungle. Now this thing to the right here was another mob farm that I don't remember who I got it from, but it's broken after the aquatic update because of the mechanic it uses to push water. It was held back by, what was it held back by? Pistons, maybe? I don't know, whatever. They get flooded in the aquatic version, so it doesn't work anymore. And I never really spent a lot of time over here to collect anything. So I'm sure it can be updated, I just never have. Now here is the remnants of the diagonal tunnels I cut all the way through the world to get to the corners from the center. So I've got the tracks going, north, east, south, west, and then I had these diagonals cut just through whatever was here to get there easier. And then I accidentally built this in the middle of one without realizing it was there, and whatever. And this was a total accident too. This is just a high-rise, except for the ground floor, it's all the same. Stairs leading up. Here I was playing around with colored glass panes, something I didn't used to use a lot of before. That shape is just a random shape. Like I said, once again, got really bored. This is a mob farm, by the way, and we'll see another one somewhere on the world. I got the idea from watching Grian on his Evo, on the Evo server, and it came from Etho, which I built, like I said, a couple times, and I really liked, but it was just, I don't know, too big. Is that guy still in here? So I fixed a zombie up into a villager. Ah, he is still here. Thank you. So like I said, no villagers are on this world. So I had to learn how to heal one, capture one, and get him over here. And I almost had a second one, but he ended up dying in the sun. I was like, no! But I was so proud of myself. Like after like 3 years of playing this, I finally got one, what are those things called? Villagers. One villagers on the world. And I knew I could expand from there. And that was before the Village and Pillage update. And which obviously the Vita was never going to get. So if I play this game from now on, I probably will play here. My Vita Minecraft days are probably over because I don't trust the uploads anymore. It's not being updated, so I can't really do a lot of testing like I was. But it was fun. I mean, it was a lot of time spent. Oh look, there's a little kitty ocelot. Whoa! Also another tunnel that was wigging me out. So here, what does everyone need? A maze. I will not embarrass myself by showing you how long it takes me to get through there, because it's a while. So after going through the world, in peaceful, mind you, and destroying pretty much... Here is one of my zombie traps. Because the other thing is that so much of this is lit up, so I had to come to a dark area to get zombie villagers. Anyway, interrupt myself. So going through this world early on, destroying every single mob spawner I could find, when I finally realized you could use one for an XP farm and mend your tools, I was kind of out of luck. Except I managed to find one over here, and you may recognize the style of farm. So yeah, it's a standard one. This is a zombie. Yeah, it's a zombie one. So not really good drops. There's another hut in the sky for no reason. And you can see a closer version of the Etho Mob Farm. And so many more animals. I feel like I've got more animals here than I do on the Monotonous Minecraft world. Here's my original chicken farm, which... I don't know, maybe it was Skippy6 Gaming. And yeah, I would climb in here and go okay, if I can just edge in just right, I can hit that middle chest. Which was silly, of course. And this would be a garbage can that I never got to work very well. There was supposed to be something on top of it. I'm pretty sure I screwed it up. So we're in this corner, and you can see that I built this. It was once again out of a mountain, which is why it's built so weird. And of course the drops... Here's something funny. If you go over here, you see that the landing pad is a little low. It's because I built it a little low to the ground, and they weren't dying, and witches kept trying to kill me. And over here is a shortcut down into a caving system. I don't remember why I built that, but I did. Another random hut, and this is a cow farm that I can't remember how to operate, but you've seen these before. You know, you throw in the water, you breed them, you hit the button to kill them, and then the little ones grow up and you can breed them again. So the funny thing about the desert we're walking into is there was a lot of sand, because, you know, desert. But I hated sand. So I got rid of most of my sand. And then, years after I did that, much like with the mob spawners, I really wish I hadn't, because now I can barely find glass on this world. Although you can see these are blocks I could turn in. And there was a giant ravine somewhere around here. I can't remember exactly. Now over here... So here was something weird on this world. And I've talked about this in the past. So when we did the updates to the ocean monument or the ocean update, whatever it was before Village and Pillage, I said no new structures would spawn, even though I've seen it in the past. So this is a witch farm, which doesn't work that well because I keep killing my iron golems. But this was built on a... Oh, looks like they're both alive now. This was built at a witch hut that was in a swamp, but the witch hut did not exist when the world was created. It actually spawned in later, even though I had been past this spot. So in previous versions of Minecraft, that was not a thing. Yeah, random dirt block. So let's go check out the castle, and then we'll head underground. This is super high tech here. Prepare to be not amazed. Oh, this is a swamp. Look at the gross color. This is the worst. I wonder if a monument spawned under all these things after after that update came in. Alright, let's go to this terrible, terrible castle. I think that I'm sure it was Green, one of his older videos, like years ago, said something about what's the kind of castle you normally build? Blank, boring walls. Hello. But you can tell I was smart because creepers kept blowing me up, so I at least made my doorway bomb-proof. And I've got stuff kind of separated out. This is my sorting system. Here's a bed. Actually, let's go to the Nether next. Oh, armor stands are fun. Here's something fun I learned. If you don't put corner blocks in, the lava will jump out and burn your carpet to the ground. I was very surprised one day. I can hear my cats. It's my library. Hi, kitties. How's it going, kitties? These are old ocelot style cats. See, I could do some good decoration. This is not bad. Little netherrack fire. You know, it's nice. It's a little gloomy. It's a castle. What do you expect? So up here we got a giant tower with a burning fire. Slightly nicer, but not much. Oh yeah. What is going on with this? I kind of expected this to resolve itself when it came over, but nope. Here's a bug you don't see every day. So I believe this is my main entrance into the Nether, like the first place I went into. Where is everything? Is there a way this way? No, apparently the way... Oh, there's a way. So I got a tunnel here that's not quite finished yet, i.e. not a tunnel. But the cool stuff, I want to say, is over here. So I'm sure the Nether is tiny, just like, I know, bash, bash, bash. Look how close I came to this. Not bad. Not as good as the Monotonous Minecraft one where I spawned right on. So I got on here, and this is bricked up for a reason. There used to be a path out there. But let's sneak through here. And wham! It is, I believe, a Tango Tech. Yeah, it's a Tango Tech Wither Skeleton Farm. Where you got the clay pots here that keep you just in sight of the Wither Skeletons, but the blazes can't see you unless you jump. And you bring them all down here, and I had to adjust this a little bit because it wasn't working the way he designed it, probably because it was, you know, PC. And you can see I've got 3 Wither Skeleton skulls. Haven't done anything with them. 2 chicken. Like, I've never been to the end of this world, never did the Wither boss. I think the last year, the 3 or 4 years I played, maybe the last year of it, I was doing like hostile mobs. I can't really remember what's up here. Some way, so this is my arrow out. There are ways to get to, maybe this is one of them, to the nether portals on the edges. Oh yeah, here's another one. Oh no, this is the one at the center of the world. Oh, that's good. That's right. I ended up building one here, so I get back easier. Oh, and this from a distance even should seem familiar. A good old slime farm. Hey puppy. How's it going, puppy? I know that was a wolf. So yeah, the classics never die. Although I do remember this one being easier to build than the one, the PS4 world. I don't know if it was because it was an older version or the controller. I don't know what it was. Okay, one last place. Let's go down to the tunnels. We're at the center of the world, remember? And so if you look straight there, and well, if you get around the corner, stop that. Stop that. What the heck? It's really hard to walk past this. That's a version problem. There. There. We got tunnels that go all the way out to a random point in the world. And then just there's a loop around it too. I honestly don't remember. It's about where I started making it in the Monotonous Minecraft world. If you remember, if you've ever watched the older versions or the older episodes, was that the way to the? This might be the way to my end portal. It is. Look at that. I literally haven't known where this was in years. And then bam. Here it is. Well, what do I need? Not bad. 2. That's usually the most you get. That's insane. How did I not... How? I mean, how? How have I just randomly found it? Let me put some more torches here. Randomly found it now, but not before. Oh man. Boy, I really didn't light up anything around here, did I? Alright. Well, maybe I'll have fun and try the end on this world first, because it matters to me less. Watch me come across like a triple spawn or something. I got rid of all the spawners. Here's a ton of them. Man, yeah. None of these caves are lit up. You know, that's why the mob farm I use is super high in the air. Because otherwise, it's not going to work. Alright, well, this is interesting. What a crazy, crazy occurrence. I knew it was off here somewhere. Now, let me mark this. What do I have on me? Just nothing useful. You know what? What will stand out as I'm wandering around here? That will stand out. Cool. Look at it. It wasn't even that far from the center. What? Look. I think I know how I found it. Honestly, I think I found it before I started digging this tunnel, and I came across it again. Maybe not. I don't know. So let's go down this super long, fairly poorly lit tunnel. Yeah, definitely poorly lit tunnel. I would not be down here with the hostile mobs on. Let's see, this is my my lava pool I didn't want to get rid of. I'm sure I got rid of a lot of them, but that's not bad. That's not bad. Looks like we're near the end of it, too. So this is... Oh, yeah, 320. I have no idea where it is on... Man, it's not light anything up around here. I have no idea. I must have used so much torches already on the Monotonous Minecraft world. Like... It's got to be insane, because I've got every part that I've gotten flattened, except for parts that don't really connect, and there are not many of those right now, are torched up. I've been torching caves that come across them, just so many things, and yet this is nothing. So what I had done is, at a random part of the world, I just tunneled down. Another friend of mine who had started playing after me had found the hint about diamonds on level 11 or 12. So I tunneled down to that level, not tunneled down, but, you know, just stepped down into it. And not too far from where I originally came in, I found an abandoned mine shaft. Still got some loot through there. And then, yeah, arbitrarily just decided to tunnel this out. Anyway, uh, I was breaking spawners because I incorrectly assumed that if you broke the spawners, then mobs wouldn't spawn. And I didn't learn that that wasn't a thing until, you know, they were all broken. So, there you go. So you can see where I started this. It was just a piece of, like, mostly, really rain? Of, you know, solid mountains, so I didn't have to worry about the ocean flooding me out. It's a pretty good sphere. I did this, like, freehand. This was no, like, drawn in paint or anything ahead of time. That's years of Legos right there. That's how you get good at that. And I'm gonna go to this house, only because I think it might have been the one hut I built after watching some Grian videos, and yeah, it's not up to his par, but it's pretty nice. You know, it's not bad. I'm okay with this. Oh, and the reason this is here is I figured out that, at least on the Vita, you can AFK just by hitting this. Because the Vita will time out, is the thing. Like now, when I sit in AFK on the PS4, I don't have to, like, if I'm up high, now here's what we found out. If I'm up high in an AFK fish farm, I have to use that. If I just stand there, it kicks me out. But if I'm on the sea level at my gunpowder farm, then I could just, as long as the controller is, well, actually it doesn't even need to be charged. As long as, you know, the system's on, I'm AFK and the mobs keep spawning, I'm still cool. So there's a lot of little different things around here. Let's go around the back. These have signs. Rail duplicator. Yeah, remember those? And this should be infinite furnace because it was a carpet duplicator. And so, although I stopped running it. So there was an interesting bug where you left these running and it got locked. And then they didn't work. And I locked there's a hidden block up there somewhere. Maybe gone now. What do you think this works? Seems like it wouldn't work. Where's the switch? We gotta try these out. They're already built here. Anyone I've tried anymore doesn't work. Nope, don't look like you're doing anything. On the Vita they still worked. Well, good news. I don't have to worry about trying to build this and build a duplicator. Yep, that was an old school, essentially the same thing, rail and carpet duplicator. It's kind of weird. Like, why is it so similar? And none of the duplicators I've seen, you know, except for I think I've got one over here, yeah. Except for this style one where it's like building blocks. None of the Zada ones work. None of the new ones that Ray's Works have come up with, or actually I think he's mostly the one I get the source from anymore. None of those work. I haven't tried them all. Don't really care. Oh, almost fell down there. That was the ladder. Who cares? I haven't tried them all. Like my setup. But yeah, they seem to be pretty much dead, which is fine. Well, that's a lot of pufferfish. That's a lot of eggs. That's a lot of nothing. That's a lot of books. That's a lot of rails. Yeah, a lot of rails. A lot of food. Some more rails. Some more books. And some more rails. Hey man, I had to put rails all over the place. So with the map mostly filled in, some spots over there I missed. There's nothing good over there. We've seen pretty much everything of interest. There's some bits and pieces here and there. Whatevs. But this is, as I've mentioned before, and as I keep bringing up, the world that started it all for me. This is how I started playing. This is not how I started playing Minecraft. There was one other world, and if you look at an old video on my channel, it actually talks about my first world. I was able to bring that one over too, so maybe we'll get a look at that. And that one's the one I've been using, or I had been using on my Vita as a test world for builds, even when I started this series. So there's a lot of builds you recognize as working or not working, and it didn't make it to my series. And we'll look at that, I don't know, maybe a year or two. At that world, rather. So, yeah, I mean, but this is, you know, once I settled down and started this, I started up a new world on the Vita, this is what I was doing. Flattening. And you can see all this gray here. Most of that's cobblestone. So in the new world, it would have been a lot of grass. I'm trying to think here. There's no big ocean area. Well, there might not be. It's hard to tell because I use interchanging blocks. Yeah, if I was going to try to dig out an ocean monument, I wouldn't even know where to go. I mean, I could start up a new world with this sea and sea. But it doesn't really matter to me. It's all covered over now. And I've only got this little section here to clear out. This huge section of forest. These two, well, technically three, but essentially two huge sections of forest, which is each one of these is like a 16th of the world. Which, you know, sounds a lot more before you realize how small these worlds are. Remember, less than a kilometer on each side. So they're kind of small. And you can really tell on this version. On the Vita, you could not see anything. It was, as far as chunk, like, we don't have the same thing as the PC version where you can, you know, your render distance. The Vita must have been like 4 chunks. I'm sure we could look it up, but I don't really care. And that's wrong button again. Anyway, as always, like, comment, subscribe. I'll talk to y'all later.